Hey now. Everybody look up and watch out. We're back with Keep Up. Actually, I'm back. I've learned over the years and over these seasons that at the current moment, it is better to just do this show myself. Anybody that is launching a podcast now, I remember when I first started, not many people were starting, but the year after I started, 3,000%, there was a jump in podcasts launching. So obviously, every time that I've taken a break or I've tried to, incorporate guests and co-hosts, it's just too much in the infant stages of being at that level where you're able to share it. You're able to share the vision. You're able to share the load and the responsibility. People that have tried to work with me before, they just don't. You can't afford to sell a podcast or anything creative. You can't afford that. You can't if they have other agendas, which is totally fine. So I just want to thank anybody that's been on this show. I'm going to incorporate guests again. I don't even care if I have an audience yet. I didn't really promote this that much. I'm not going to do the guerrilla marketing in the beginning. I just want to get a flow going. I'm happy to be back. We're going to try to breeze through our topics. And there's no hold bar. Like I said, there's no time to compromise when you have a vision. And right now, I work anybody that, again, if you're launching a podcast and you started a brand and you poured everything into it, and the only way that you can share creative control of that is if that person's invested too in it, even if they didn't create it, and even if you didn't create it. Let's say that you're hopping on. You have to really believe in it, man. You have to really pretend that you are, or even just put yourself in the mode that that everybody's going down, all hands on deck. I know that's cliche, but you have to be on the same page. Basically, you really, really have to, because in order to monetize, for instance, one of my goals. Shout out to the backyard. Oh, shout out to the backyard podcast. They just the Basement Yard podcast. They just did a tour and they just sold out Radio City. And the people that have guest starred on my shows, for whatever reason, there was always some type of barrier in the way, or promoting the show, or and again, no offense to people that I collaborated with. I want to thank you, to be honest. You have taught me to get to this part and to go on this journey myself on this project. At least I love to collaborate. I love to create things with people, to be honest. I love to be on teams. I love production. I love production. Either when I'm leading it or just giving myself to the project, it's really special to me. So here we are. Welcome back. Let's get into it. Right now, the election is coming up. Yes, today is my sister's birthday. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, Jenny. I love you. We're all in our 30s now. All my siblings. I'm not gonna say which 30 she is. I'm 38. But and my brother's birthday is coming up. Shout out to him too. We had a great brunch at Bloom in Queens. I think it's like Forest Hills area. Great selection. My sister-in-law picked it, and we had a great time. Shout out to menus that think that they are vegan. It is very easy. So I am plant based, and it is very easy to carb up and load up on carbs. I remember when I was in drama class in high school, and my drama teacher used to claim that she was vegetarian. And the reason why I say claim is because she admitted that she got sick and that she used to just eat candy and eat pasta, and she used to consider that vegetarian, and that is definitely not vegetarian. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when you go to brunch, and especially that you're having bottomless brunch, which is God's gift, to be honest, you carb up. They put gluten-free or vegan style pancakes or waffles or something like that. They might have a tofu scramble, that obviously potatoes and shit like that. Basically, I am telling you that these are all carbs, and in order to successfully be on the Ozempic diet, you can't carb up. I got that from Fat Joe, by the way. Yo, he said he was 470 pounds. That is crazy. And he also said that, like I said, he said he had to stay away from carbs because he just, like, 470. How do you keep 470 off? So he said he lost 270. So I don't even know how much he weighs. He's probably just like a feather by now. But he said that he doesn't have time to exercise, so he just stays away from carbs, and that's what I'm trying to do myself. So at Bloom, shout out to Bloom, the host, or the guy that says he's the owner and shit like that. He loves to sing and supposedly owns the bar across the street. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. But stop faking that you're vegetarian. That's basically my point. Stop faking that you're vegetarian. If you are not vegetarian and you just have grains all over the fucking place, that does not count. But I still had a good time, and I still chowed down. All good, all good. But election is happening. I wore my Vote the Pain Away, and it is based on a song by Peaches. I have another shirt called Whose Jizz Is This? And it's from one of her songs. She's a music artist. She did the Mean Girls soundtrack. She's amazing. And I got that shirt. And so then recently I saw that she was promoting her endorsement of Harris, and Kamala Harris, and she's going against Donald Trump. You know this. We all know this is about to happen. It's the 21st, and voting. Make sure you give in your mail-in ballots. Make sure you go in person. There's no pandemic going on, so do what you got to do. Go in droves. Make sure Elon Musk is not paying you so that you don't break the law. We'll get into that a little bit. Actually, let's get into it now. Elon Musk, Mr. Happy-go-lucky, Mr. Ketamine cat. That's so crazy, because one of my friends who's like so against drugs, and to be honest, if you're a party person, you're really not against ketamine, and neither is Matthew Perry. But so crazy that he's so blatant, that he's so rich, Elon Musk. And I used to be a fan for a very quick second, because Tesla, I love EV, I love electric vehicles. I really do believe in climate change. Do I have to? I'm probably not going to see Water Worlds anytime soon, but I do. And one of my dream cars, it's switched back and forth, to be honest. One of my dream cars is the BMW EV. And I used to want a Tesla, but again, I do not want to buy products from the guy that looks like a Bond villain. Looks like that. Anyway, jumping for joy at like one of the rallies and shit like that. He was crazy. He was like showing his little midriff. That's so crazy. I'm not like hyper masculine like that, but like when straight dudes, when cis dudes show their stomachs, I don't know if anybody's seen Tosh Point oh, but he had an episode where he was touching women in their midsection. And to be honest, I don't know how he didn't get sued for that. They must have been all on board. He must have like really had a good conversation with them. Because I know if you are a straight man and you touch a woman's stomach, actually, even if you're gay and you touch a woman's stomach, they probably go slap you. They giggle and stuff like that. It was a great episode. It was a great episode because it was real, and you never really think about it either. Like women doing it, like they go, oh. And it's like literally like it's literally like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yo, Neil, what's up, man? Yo, Neil. Yo, first of all, got to shout out Neil real quick. Worked at Shibley Day Camp. Shout out to Shibley Day Camp. He always hooks up he always hooks up the show, not just he always hooks up the show's technology. So he is like the official IT dude. And now he's really been a loyal dude. He's really enjoyed the show. We enjoy each other's company. And so big ups to my boy. He produces music. He does mixtapes. He fixes computers. He builds computers. That's my guy, man. That's my homie. So thank you, Neil. Big ups to you, brother. Bigs up to you. So back to the election. So Elon is giving $1 million to people that vote, that register to vote. And it's like a giveaway, like a sweepstakes. And so anybody that goes into that pool or whatever, I've done sweepstakes. I work in social media. And of course, we've all called in the Hot 97. We've all called in and tried to win some tickets. It's pretty much the only way to get tickets now, especially with Ticketmaster being a bitch. But anyway, it's illegal. It's illegal. Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, this is where he was doing the promotion for this. He used to be the attorney general. And he said, I'm pretty sure they're going to be knocking on his door soon, especially with everybody thinking that that the government is weaponized and the AG is weaponized. So I'm glad that he chose his words wisely instead of saying that like he's going to send the attorney general, and not even the attorney general, the AD over to Elon Musk and his ketamine party. But yeah, that's wild. That's wild. But whatever. That's par for the course, especially with the last 3 weeks coming up. You're gonna see a lot of shiesty stuff, poo shiesty. You're gonna see, Trump and Harris with their ski masks. But anyway, one more thing about politics. Trump, Mr. Donald J. Trump. This dude was at one of his rallies, and to be honest, I try not to fixate on too much because he says wild shit all the time. And this time he pulled a pause. He pulled an A fucking yo. This dude was talking about, like, if you know who Arnold Palmer is, whether you know him for golf, if you really know golf, the Masters is the green jacket, and that is like the members only jacket. And then you have an ex-president that talks about members only. Like, he literally was talking about Arnold Palmer's dick. And usually people know him for his half iced tea and his half lemonade, not his testicles. But Trump wanted you to know that. Trump said that, like, if you're in the shower with him, he knows that people were in the shower, and he was a great man. So I think on his orange skin, it might look really good if he has an eggplant tattoo with a little bit of iced tea and lemonade on the side. Might go well. Not gonna lie. Anyway, we're moving on. I haven't gotten too many contacts soon, so I'm gonna look a little old looking at our template. Again, thank you for anybody watching right now and anybody that will be watching the recording of this and the podcast. Again, this is everywhere that you pod. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Still Insane. Please, if you want to support. I'm going to put the old episodes on Patreon soon. That might actually be an exclusive thing. Again, I thank you for supporting us. And if you really want to support, please, we don't have any sponsors yet. So hit up my Venmo, hit up my Cash App. Those are all good. But anyway, so now we're moving on to music news. What the fuck did I hear? And Liam Payne. Ouch. I do not like to make fun of suicide. It's really sensitive, man. It really sucks, especially in this country where, and not to get all about guns and stuff, but like we lead the world. But to be fair, though, the U.S. it's kind of cheating, and not talking about the U.S. U.S. cheats all the time, but we're like the best at it, to be honest. But we are like pretty much the only one who keeps statistics. So that's my point. So anyway, it's really sad that a lot of people commit suicide. Males, a lot of males commit suicide in this country. And Liam Payne, he's not even, I think he's like Argentinian or something. And he was the lead singer of One Direction. And he went One Direction, all right, to be honest. But again, really sad. I was just really happy that it wasn't Harry Styles. Sorry, I know that might be too soon. And when I first made that terrible joke, I said, is it too late? Is it too soon? Too late to apologize? And that's another band, which is a similar, sorry, Timbaland. I forgot what their name was, but all good. Again, Harry Styles is the man. But again, they're showing details of his drug use and how he lost his visa or his green card or something like that. He couldn't even get back in the country. He was having lady problems. Yeah, man, that sucks. That sucks. So shout out to people that are going through either depression or being depressed. I think there's a huge difference in that. Being depressed, I don't even know if I have to explain it. I'm not a doctor, mental health check. Being depressed is literally just going through the motions, the ebbs and flows of what the world is giving you, and just how you're feeling in the moment. Depression, that's clinical. That's clinical. That's what people get diagnosed, and people have to take medication and have to go see a therapist or a psychotherapist or be institutionalized. It's really serious. So I'm sorry to the Liam Payne family. Damn, I'm sorry to people that want to go to One Direction concerts. That's wild. But anyway, Harry Styles, you the man, you the man. Very talented dude. I don't know if he should have won Album of the Year. That was wild too. But whatever. Yeah, we're gonna stop just doing music reviews. We're just gonna do the top music stories. Same thing with TV and film. Join me right now as we go through the best horror films of 2024. Happy motherfucking Halloween. Of course, we'll have more Halloween goodies on the next episode too, because it'll be more near the Halloween season. But first of all, let me mention one that might not be on this list right now because it's kind of new. And it's not really a horror. It's like kind of like a suspense thriller. But Woman of the Hour, starring Anna Kendrick, and she directs it as well on Netflix. It's about this struggling actress in LA or Hollywood, and she goes on this dating show just to get work, just to keep her love for being in acting. And she's on the dating show with an actual killer. Like one of the contestants is a killer, a serial killer at that. And so happy spooky season, Neil. Yeah, Neil is a big fan of Halloween. He goes to Salem with his fiance. I know, I wish I did all that kind of stuff. Yo, I had been single for mad long, and the person I was with, the latest, she used to love all that Halloween shit. And actually, my cousin, pause on that. She brought me to the Tim Burton not exhibit, but it's like a light show in the Botanical Gardens in the Bronx. Very dope. Was it the Bronx or was it Brooklyn? Yeah, it was the Bronx. Very dope, very dope. If you love The Nightmare Before Christmas, if you like Jack Skellington and Mr. Oogie Boogie Man, and you like the trio, the Kidnap, the Santa Claus, if you like Santa Claus, if you love Nightshade and all that good, Deadly Nightshade and Sally, It was dope. It was dope. Zero. It was dope. It was dope. But anyway, I miss that kind of stuff. Neil, I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous that you got somebody that wants to go to Comic Con with you, that wants to go to Salem, Massachusetts. It's dope. It's dope. But anyway, back to the movie. Yeah, she knows that it is a she finds out that there's a serial killer there on the set, and it gets wild after that. But anyway, let's go through this real quick. This list is brought to you by Rotten Tomatoes. There are really back in the day, it used to be 2 thumbs up with Siskel and Ebert, but Ebert is a little selfish now. He just, oh, thank you, Neil. Appreciate that, brother, and I'm happy for you. It's crazy because I was just reading the Divine Comedy, and when there's a circle in hell for envy. And for me, when I say that I'm jealous, I'm still happy for the person, but yeah, that's all it is. I feel like when some people are jealous, they like want what that person has. And that's a whole different subject, by the way. But that's not me. That's not me. It inspires me. It inspires me, whether it's a person or a situation and I don't even know if I want a family. Sometimes I have this prototype. He's been on the show before. His name is Charles Beloved. He's a big influencer and he works at Blavity. He's the man, does Afro tech. And I don't even know if I want a family, but when I see his family, because he does similar things that I do in the industry, I say to myself, like, damn, that's a family I would love. That was a family I would love. Anyway, Rotten Tomatoes. So there used to be the 2 thumbs up. There's been 5 stars as you've seen, but Rotten Tomatoes is like really popular. So either you have the popcorn, which is the critics, or you have the fresh tomato or the green splat, and that means your movie fucking sucks. So anyway, IMDb, they do the star system still, and that's my favorite one, to be honest. I like it better than Rotten Tomatoes. So you're lucky I didn't even just go straight to my favorite website, IMDb, Internet Movie Database, which I'm on, by the way. And shout out to Robert Mercado. He is the one who got me on that. That is, how did I forget that project? Godless Men. Godless Men. I was terrible, by the way. I was dating. I can't really say that I was dating. I was definitely not dating. I was getting fellaced for like a year by this person. And she was bipolar, and then, no offense to bipolar people, Kanye's my dude. I love Kanye. Shout out to Kaylee Rose, Chaperone, another great bipolar person. But this person was bipolar and broke and not fun. And so, other than the fellatio, but she was a big, I felt if I could sound like Aaron Rodgers right now, she was like really distracting, and she did like. She knew that I was there to work with her friend at his place, and she just kept distracting me. And again, I don't even like kids. I was like, yo, here is money for a bacon, egg, and cheese. Please get the fuck out of my way. And she's like, I thought you don't like kids. I was like, I don't. But like, if I give you food, like just scatter somewhere, like a raccoon or something like that. And shout out to my homegirl, Giovanna. She likes raccoons. She's like the only one I know that likes raccoons. If you've seen the movie The Wild Robot, that's a great way to look at them. They depict them very well. They're just rats. They're just rats. They just look like burglar rats. Like if they were gonna rob your fucking house. Pooh shiesty. But anyway, so where was I? Music news. Oh, Rotten Tomatoes. I divvied off. See, that's why we're here. Because when I divvy off, I can't do that with a guest, or I can't do that with so. First movie is Late Night with the Devil. I saw that. That was dope. It was in a format of a game show, and there was an exorcism going on. Fire. I did not see Oddity. This looks really good. It has a 96% rating. Whoa. Infested. I didn't see that either. That looks really good. I did not see In Flames. I think Strange Darling is coming out soon. I didn't see that either. I've never seen New Life. That looks fire as well. I saw The Substance. Substance was great. That stars Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. And if you're really into TV and film, that is Andy McDowell's daughter. She has like a southern drawl, And Qualley has been in the Maid on Netflix. She's been in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's super gorgeous. But anyway, Demi Moore is trying to be a hotter version of herself. She gets this subscription plan to turn herself into this. But the catch is she has to switch back and forth with her old body every 7 days. There's no exceptions. And of course, you know how bitches get down. No, I'm joking. You know how the younger and the older get down, and yeah, and it becomes like it's supposed to be like a horror, but it's like body horror. And nowadays, like especially with Yara Thamos, the guy that does the Poor Things and Kinds of Kindness, dark comedy is like now, in my opinion, like reclassified as like dark, like Black Mirror type shit. Like what things used to be with the Twilight Zone is now dark comedy, whatever. But this is really like, this is a lot of body porn, body horror, really dope. Stop motion, I've never seen stop motion. That looks good. Devil's Bath, that was fire. So back in Germany, back in the day, they didn't really have, so suicide, obviously, in their religion, I think it was Christianity or like a really basic form of religion. And if you committed suicide, it was against the law. But if you kill someone, especially a child, they kill you, and there's like less ramifications, something like that. So it revolves around that, and it's wild. It's a really cool film. Quiet Place Day One, that was fire. Really good story. I like how they reset that. And Lupita Nyong'o, same thing. She's the voice in, she's the robot in Wild Robot. She is really good in this. The guy that plays Eddie in Stranger Things, he's really good in this too. He's supposed to be in the new Gladiator. Can't wait for that. Never saw Out of Darkness. Here comes number 12, though. My personal favorite horror movie of the season is Long Legs. Nicolas Cage is Long Legs. He is the villain in this. He is super dope, super creepy, like a mix of like Charles Manson, and like I don't even know. He has like a high pitched voice. It is super scary. Nicolas Cage really kills this movie. Michael Monroe is really good. Blair Underwood is in it. Very good movie. A lot of sick shit. So the TV Glow, they gave this 84%. My homeboy Justice Smith is in this, and Bridget Lundy Payne. She's from Atypical, about the guy with Asperger's. This was garbage, to be honest. This was not a good movie. The dude, they like this girl who's a lesbian, and he is like kind of borderline genderqueer. They really love this TV show, and they can't tell if they're in the TV show or if they've been watching it all their lives. It's stupid, to be honest, but whatever. If you go see it, I don't think I really ruined it. You'll see what happens with that. Speak No Evil, I just saw this. I wasn't going to, but it got really good ratings, and it was pretty good. It was really good. James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis. Real quick, they basically lure couples to this, like, to their home. They go to this dope place in Europe. Where were they? They were like in Greece or something like that, or Italy. They were in Italy, and they have a place in West England, and they convince couples so that they could kidnap their children. That's scary. Abigail, this is about a kidnapping also. And what they don't know is that the girl is a fucking vampire, the one that they're trying to capture, and they're stuck in the house with this vampire. That shit is crazy. First Omen, never saw it. Looks good. I don't really like exorcism movies though. You'll Never Find Me, never saw it. It's What's Inside. Alien Romulus. So this is not my favorite horror movie of the season. It is a horror movie though. But it's my favorite movie in general, to be honest, of the year. Obviously, it's not going to get like an Academy Award or anything like that, but it definitely deserved all the praise, definitely deserved all the box office money that it got. I have a huge crush on Kaylee Spaney. David Johnson is the man. If you've never seen Industry, you got to see his performance on that. He plays the droid in this. The really cool thing about this is the director, I believe that Romero, he's the guy that did Neil might need to help me out with this. The recent Evil Dead. And the reason why it's cool is because he used the same production team to do this. And so he put a lot of puppeteering and really realistic, simple graphics instead of a lot of CGI. Just like they did with Jurassic World. That's why I liked the not the newest, but the start of the trilogy, the newest trilogy, because they, thanks, Neil, they were fucking it up with the CGI. It was too much. You know, everybody know when there's too much CGI in something, it's fucking fake as fuck. So when you mix it in, I like it when you mix it in, to be honest. I don't know. I like it when you mix it in. And they did a great job of blending that. And it just didn't look fake. It really looked good. In Violent Nature, I heard that was good. Arcadian, I didn't see Arcadian. Is that Nicolas Cage? Yes, it is. He, in a blink of an eye, he's in like 5 movies. So you can't. I don't suggest keeping up with Nicolas Cage. Just try to find quality movies that are like above 60%. Because he does do a lot of shit ones. I think we've talked about it on the show before. He was bankrupt. He spent all his fucking money, just like a lot of stars. I believe somebody was talking about Scott Storch. Fat Joe was talking about Scott Storch. And he said that he lost $90 million. I cry when I lose $90. So I couldn't imagine someone sniffing away $90 million. That's wild. But people do that. And so Nicolas Cage, my point is, he used to come out with mad movies a year so that he can get back in the green, back in the black. And here he is now. So he's calmed down because I think he's back on track with his finances. So, but anyway, Arcadian, I'm going to have to see that. That's my boy. Cuckoo, if you've seen Hunter Schafer, she and Dan Stevens, he's been in the racing movie with, who was that? That was with Matt Damon, I believe. Or no, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth. That was a good movie. I forgot what it was called, but it was a racing movie. He's cool. He's a German dude. But Cuckoo is about, and it was trash, to be honest. I can't believe it got 77%. But I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. But basically, it's about the cuckoo bird. It's a horror movie, and this girl goes to this like this campus where they do experiments, and there's this like monster that they're trying to conceal there while she's there. So whatever. Oh, they considered Beetlejuice, the sequel to Beetlejuice, which was like 30 years later with Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara. I love fucking Schitt's Creek. And Jenna Ortega. Wednesday Addams is coming back to Netflix soon. That's not a horror, but it was good. It was decent. Terrifier 3. The Christmas version. Whoa. I just read a interview with Damien Leone, and he said the only thing that he won't, the only line he won't cross is killing children, is showing killing children, because he definitely kills children in the movies. This one was good, man. I've been a fan since the beginning. They always do crazy killing. And at this point with horror, it is really hard to impress me. So like, I guess gore is like the second best, and he mixes it up. He scares you, and he keeps it light and funny with the clown, Artie the clown, and he just brutalizes people. Like, I don't know how he does, and he does it on such a small budget. I think the movie cost $2 million to make, and he made that up in pre-sales. So, and because this one is going to be the most successful one out of them all because of all the hype it's gotten, and it's a B movie. It's It's got B quality. That's my favorite, by the way. I love B movie horror movies. Even back in the day in the 80s, Neil knows what I'm talking about. Halloween in the 70s, all that kind of stuff. Not to say that horror movies are worse now. And I even like, I think this is going to be on here, by the way. I saw a movie that did B movie recently, B movie graphics, and it was really good. I like that. It's a good mix. Like, of course you could do it on a big budget, but I like it when they do it with the B quality. The B quality is where it really shines. So moving on, Blackout, never saw it. Handling the Undead, Maxine. I love X. I love Pearl. I love Maxine. This is the third of the trilogy. I think this is the last one. Mia Goth. It takes place in the 80s this time. She is, I don't think she's a porn star, but she's like a really raunchy actress. And and this time she's like around the killer. And obviously we know that she is capable of killing people. T blockers. Whoa. I'm pretty sure I know what that's about. But it's got 100%. Whoa. Double Blind, Exuma. I don't know if this is going to be on the list, but I saw the platform too. The first one I thought was horror, but then I saw this one and it's kind of like a science fiction Shawshank Redemption. Do with that what you must. Lovely, Dark, and Deep. Pause. Trim Season. Whoa, we are getting nasty on here. All right, I'm not even gonna name the one. Okado Lake, that's on Apple. Oh no, Max, that's on Max. I didn't see that, but I heard that was okay. Night Shift, I heard was cool. Immaculate with the Immaculate Titty Sydney Sweeney. Sting, I heard was okay. That I guess that's like the remake of the Stephen King book. Never Let Go. Speaking of which, I am about to let go. I'm in the middle of watching this. This movie is super trash, and it got a 56. Makes sense. This stars Halle Berry, and it's like a mix of Quiet Place and like Bird Box and shit like that. But this one, the monsters they roam around the forest, and in order to not be swallowed up by them or something, you have to be tethered to each other. You have to like be on a rope on each other, and it's really stupid. Halle Berry, I think, directed or produced it. I love you, girl, but this ain't Monsters Ball. Lisa Frankenstein, not a horror, definitely a very R. Even though I think it got a PG-13, this is very R comedy. Very good though, very good. This girl's getting bullied and shit like that, and she resurrects somehow a Frankenstein. Cole Sprouse, Mr. fucking the twins from Zack and Cody, Sweet Life. And we're at the end. Winnie the Pooh, I didn't see that. I probably won't see any of those. Just saying. But anyway, we are done with that. I skipped over something real quick. New York sports. I don't usually talk about sports on here. But shout out to the Yankees. Shout out to the Mets for wearing down the Dodgers for us. I'm a big Yankee fan. I really appreciate that. Mets really suck. But did you not know that? Even the fans, like, how the hell do you have Grimace throwing out pitches for you? Like a fast food mascot. That's embarrassing. I would not want that to be representing me. You already have that apple in the middle of the stadium, and now you have. And I'm not gonna lie though, a lot of people have been copying you guys with the celebrations, with the light shows and the lasers, and turning off the stadium lights and having it look like a rave, having it look like Brooklyn Mirage up in there. Shout out to Steve Cohen for that. Also, the New York Liberty WNBA. I gotta say something real quick. I love you, Sophia. That's right. Go Yankees, Neil. So, you know when they say that cliche, the number one enemy of women is women? I wish that wasn't true. It really is. It really is. So my a family member of mine, I'm going to stop saying because some of my family members watch this, and so I got to stop zeroing in on them. But one of them, they were saying that she was saying that she was an empathetic person, and we all know that she's not. And I said something, and it was early when Kamala entered the race, and I was like, I said that, and the person goes, Kamala. And so when I was like, wow, the empathy ends at women. And it's true, man. And the same thing with women's sports. I love women's sports, especially basketball. I think that's my favorite one. But it makes sense because basketball is my favorite sports, and men's sports too. I believe in unisex sports, whatever. I'm behind I'm either ahead of the times on that, or I'm just a minority opinion on that. But while we got them separated, and while we don't have conservatives trying to harass transgender athletes, The New York Liberty won their first championship in 26 years. They're one of the original franchises. Sabrina Ionescu. A lot of people like to comment that she was 1 for 19, and Breanna Stewart, she lost a lot of, she missed a lot of the free throws, but they came clutch at the end. Vandersloot, some of y'all don't even know these names. All good, get to know them. They're about to go on lockout actually because they just got a $200 million TV deal. That's huge for them. That's huge. They're very infant stages of their league, and but like, let's not forget that. Oh, and I love her nickname, Yer. Everybody from New York, we say Yer, and her name is Ionescu. I'm not even gonna try to spell it right now, but Romanian goddess over here. She hit a Mamba shot in Game 4. It's a best of 5 series. She is a shit. But my point is, there's bandwagon people, and to be honest, she kind of like one of my friends. Shout out to her. She, I tried to invite her to a WNBA game this year, and she said, "Vince, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care about women's sports." So, not to say that she would have went, not to say that like now that she's big enough to, but her point is she is big enough New York sports. So she has it on her storyline, and I'm like, damn. She told me that she don't care about women's sports, but to be fair, she just likes winning. So she's been posting all the New York sports. So shout out to the Dodgers who are going to lose to the Yankees. Shout out to the Lynx who have a bunch of championships and they won last time in 2017, who called us cheaters. As a matter of fact, you guys got some lucky calls and that's why we went to Game 5. So fuck you guys. Fuck the Jets. Fuck Aaron Rodgers and his inoculated ass. Oh my gosh, man. This is what happens when you have a quarterback that wants to be Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate for president while he's the quarterback of the Jets. I don't know how I'm still a Jet fan. It's really embarrassing. Shout out to the Knicks. They got a really good center. They got Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think they're going to win the championship, but I'm not a Knicks fan. I am a Nets fan, though. I am a Nets fan. Shout out to them. We're going to get the number 1 pick this year. We suck. Fucking suck. Shout out to the Rangers. Shout out to the Rangers. They went to the Stanley Cup last year. They need to win it soon. Holy shit. I hate James Dolan, but I'm down. I'm down. And by the way, the Liberty are now owned by the Size. They are a big conglomerate in China. They own the Brooklyn Nets. So shout out to them. So now we are moving on. We are moving on. And yo, back to Liam Payne and people that commit suicide. Yo, why is it that so for instance, one of my family members, I mentioned Anthony Bourdain and love him. He's like my spirit animal. And I'm not even allowed to say that. I know Native Americans go crazy for that now. Sorry. Why is it that whenever you mention someone who commits suicide, so for instance, I said something about Anthony Bourdain. He's got a bunch of gems. Dude was amazing. Dude was an amazing dude. And I said it, and one of my family members goes, "Well, what does it matter what he said? He committed suicide anyway." Yo, what the fuck? And you guys wonder where I get my ruthlessness from. Goodness gracious. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's some crazy talk. I don't even want to know this person, let alone be related to them. No, I'm joking. That's something I would say. But it's true. It's true. It's like a default, though. It's like a default. Like these guys can never live that down. It's like the Divine Comedy that I'm reading. Like people that commit suicide, they end up in a circle of hell and shit, or they end up in that movie. Freaking, I don't even know. The one I was just talking about, the Bavarian one. But yeah, no. So if you commit suicide, just know. Yeah, like I even said too, like, what about Vincent Van Gogh? Like, what about like there's mad people committed suicide, unfortunately. And like that doesn't mean that you can't take a little advice. Just don't take some of their advice, the one that led them to that outcome, unfortunately. But definitely, they had some stuff while they were on this earth. And I really, come on, we know. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. I'm trying to keep these episodes short. It's just me, standing up, keeping up. But again, shout out to Neil. Shout out to John Estrella. He just had another baby. Sky Estrella, really dope, right? These Dominicans, they know how to name children. It's amazing. He is another former engineer of the show. Shout out to my cousin Harry. He's going to have a baby in February. That's my dog. And yeah, anybody that's stuck around with this show, I plan on doing this for a long time. I had all types of excuses why I was off air before, and now this latest time was just to recalibrate. Again, shout out to Robert Mercado. He was producing the Keep Up web series. He was a really intricate part of the show. It's just that I felt like this is the way that we got to do it. Shout out. Thank you. I appreciate you, Neil. Shout out to the Star Report. I'm trying to model it after this. And again, oh yeah, Neil knows who Frank is. Frank Alvarez. Yes, he does the Basement Yard. And again, they sold out Radio City, and I'm so proud that I know this dude. I'm so proud of their team, and that's when you can have a full collaboration, when people are dedicated like that, dedicated enough to sell out Radio City. And I'm not ready for that. I might be ready for guests soon. If you know any podcasts that need a guest spot, that want me to promote my show through our game shows, I'm down. All good. Please follow the brand anywhere that you can. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Still Insane. Just type that in, or Keep Up Pod. You will find us. Again, wherever you pod, Spotify, Apple Music, we're there. Look for us on TikTok for funny short videos. I'm going to get back to that with some countdowns and stuff like that. We did the countdown here for the movies and film. And politics are back on the show. And here we go. You better listen up, shut the fuck up, and keep up with your boy Still Insane. Over and out, homies.